Good morning. I'm riding with Chewie again, and today we're going up a massive climb. It's 17 kilometers long, and it's going to be and it's going to be Chewie's biggest single climb of his short life. So already on the first climb of the day, there's only three, and really it's mostly one. Just happens to have a couple of downhills in it. So the first bit is 17 kilometers long, average of 4%, I think. That's not really the true tail. The first 5 kilometers was fairly flat, and the real climbing starts here. It's the Red Mountain that Mont Rochdale camp that we've just come through is named after. Not that you can see it very well. That's today's climb, because that is Col de Joux, and we're going to Col de Joux. Anyway, there's an absolute boatload of climbing today, and then we got a truly fantastic descent. And Chewie's not 100% with his descending, so I thought we might do a little bit of a descending class. It's just really about keeping your momentum, so you do less effort. That's the way I look at it, and it's a heck of a lot more fun than going slowly and using your brakes all the way down. But these mountains are getting very big. Take your time, mate. All right. That goes to Pratt Dip, famous for its devil dogs. I'm sure you remember that one. Might have been a little while ago now, but history has it that it's plagued with demon dogs called dips. Certainly something used to happen there, because these dips are carved into the walls of the church up there in a sort of relief. Very impressive. Perfectly missed that gorgeous shot there. There was a peak behind with an observatory on top in an anyway, they look at the stars, and it was a beautiful shot and I missed it. So instead you got this lump of rock with a big void over the top of it. Looks like a griffin vulture. You probably can't see because it's too far away. Down to the coast there. See how much we've climbed then, because we were there, weren't we?
The roads here are rubbish though.
Terrible roads. Yeah. It's amazing actually, we've managed to find both of them now. Both of the bad roads in Catalonia, yeah. So I've been talking to another subscriber about climbing, or rather climbing for the larger gentleman. And there isn't an easy way. Obviously, number one, get an e-bike. But the actual way that you climb, I see 3 different ways. And the first one is kind of the easiest normally. And what that is you're perched normally on your bike on the hoods, and you select a low gear and you spin your legs, high cadence. And you think about your legs, you think about your quads. And when I say think about, I think that's what people say when they say engage your quads. I think it just means think about them. So you're actually thinking about your legs and pushing with them. And that's one way of climbing, and that's the bulk of it for me. But when you get a bit tired of that, you can sit right back on your saddle, sit up. If you need to, get in a bigger gear, or just go more slowly. And then, this is really for the steepest bits. And then all of a sudden you realise you've engaged your glutes, and you're actually pushing your way up the hill. Paul's demonstrating by fondling his own bottom. I'm not sure that's helping, but it's a different way of getting up the hill. And you'll find it seems quite ponderous, but as an alternative to spinning, it does make a real change. And the last thing, which is good to, I think, intersperse, is to stand in the pedals. Now, standing in the pedals, you need to change to a lower gear, i.e. a harder gear, because otherwise you just spin out and it's impossible to stand in the pedals doing a high cadence unless you're Alberto Contador. He had a Trek Segafredo shirt on, rather like Alberto Contador. Anyway, we're not him, so if you're going to stand in the pedals, it's much better to select a bigger gear, or even 2 gears up, and just stand. Don't move yourself, move the bike from side to side. You'll find that your foot is over the pedal, and just lean. And the weight of your body forces your leg down and gets you up the climb. But standing in the pedals, generally speaking, your heart rate goes up by about 10%, and it's roughly 10% more energy required. So you can use it as a last resort, or you can use it just as a change to give your bum a rest on these big climbs like this one. And the last thing really is, don't be afraid to stop. If you're not feeling it, just stop. It's not a big race. It's not a big race, is it?
No, breathe.
Yeah,
Remember to breathe.
Breathe.
In and out.
In then...
And then out.
Right, okay.
And then in again.
Okay. And not stopping.
You can stop.
Yeah, not for long though.
Don't stop breathing though.
No, that's what I meant.
Right, yeah.
Good. Well, I don't know if you can quite see. I'll see if I can zoom in on the image, but just down there you can see the coastal plain that we came off. It's a long way down.
Who are you talking to? No one there.
I'm talking to my subscribers, my viewers. They love me.
Both of them.
Yeah.
One of them.
One of them's here, so I'm talking to the other one. Anyway, it was about 500 metres of climbing. So that's job done on that one. We've got a nice little descent now, and then another little climb. Don't tell him. And then a massive descent. And I'll probably give you a few tips on how to descend safely but quickly. And a lot of it everyone knows about the line you should take. Go absolutely as wide as you can, and you try and hit an apex of a bend as safe as you're allowed to. So within the confines of what you're legally allowed to do, you go wide at the beginning, you come into the apex, and then you come wide again. But to go around the bend faster, you make sure that your outside foot is pressed hard down. You're actually forcing your foot down on your outside pedal, and that helps to keep the rear wheel on the ground. You're also doing the same. So on this bend I've got my outside foot down and this hand down, and you're physically pushing hard on the handlebars. So you swap sides, and it helps you go around these corners a lot safer and a lot quicker. And the ideal really is that you're not on the brakes. You need to go slower, sit right up in the saddle. So you're pushing with the outside pedal and the inside hand, swapping over. And as much as possible, again, you're looking for the road ahead. So I'm looking beyond the front of that car. And now I'm looking all the way around the corner to see if there's a car coming. Wide, pushing with the outside foot, and this hand down. Did you see what happened when I took my hand off? Instantly the bike went to the other side. We have La Torre de Fontaubella, which is very, very pretty. It even has bells tolling for us. I just just phoned ahead so that they get the bells ringing for us there, so it's on, so it's in shot. Yeah,
Nice touch.
yeah. It's the little things like that people don't appreciate when I'm making these films. So this is the place that doesn't have a bar, restaurant. I think it's just about the only place in Spain. As far as I know, the bar closed down and a collective of people started out, but they know when people are going to be there, so they don't open it for the oi polloi. It's quite nice. I'm going to stop and have a little. And behind is Col de Joux. So the town we just left, a couple of kilometres behind, this is the station for it. Can't be any closer because it disappears into a tunnel. So you've got an option here. At the village we can either carry on this road and eventually make our way up to the main road, which is on our left, or we can go straight there. Up a hill, yeah, it's 38%. I know they've done steeper on GCN, but I think they actually make them out of paper mache and then climb up them. A bit like Blue Peter.
Yeah.
I think average is 25, 38 at the bottom. So if you want to do that...
How long does it take to walk up?
I'm not sure I could walk up it. Did you want to walk up it just to see? Is that what you're thinking?
If you think it's worth it.
No, I did say you. Do you want to walk up? Why look, a tunnel approaches. Alright. So, you'll be looking around the corners, you'll be hitting those apexes, you won't be using those brakes. What do you reckon?
Right on the outside.
Of your foot, inside on your hand. Opposite corners. There. It's going to be very hard not to go flat out. Just enjoy it, just use the whole of the road as much as you can. And if you see someone in front of you like that, just go for it, just go for it. As you're coming past, just give him a little, like that. No stroking. Caught up with this pro guy. In the shade. Ah, it's a lovely descent. Absolutely spectacular descent. That. Apologies to Paul. I just he got caught up behind a guy, and I just thought, I love it. So I went. It was a bit mean. We did catch up with like a pro guy, which was quite nice. Good. Did you enjoy it?
Cheers.
Can't believe this. Normally a beautiful expanse of water all this. It is absolutely as dry as a bone. We did have some rain, I didn't tell you. We had 62 millimetres of rain, an absolute downpour. Fantastic thunderstorm, flooding all over the place, and it was fantastic. And it was really good for the garden, for the veg. But it hasn't made really a jot of difference to all of these empty reservoirs. We used our gravel skills there, didn't we? Ah, it's pretty sad. It's usually right up to the, almost up to that wall. At least there's some, I suppose. That's the end of 3 rides I've had with Chewie. They've been lovely, really nice. Really makes a difference riding with someone, even when it's him.
Beautiful days.
Wonderful. Well, on that happy note, I'll leave you until next week. So thanks for watching.